It is late at night, and we are off the grid. And both of those things are true. While both of those things are true, I can't really vouch for everything else going on in the world. But all we can do is focus on what we've got in front of us. So it's about 10 o'clock at night. We're up here in New England. It's turning into fall, getting a little cold out, as you can see, but a beautiful evening. This was a couple hours ago. You could see on the screen, shot towards the solar shed as we were diminishing the sunlight hours today after a rainy day. Really didn't produce much power today. We could take a look at what that looks like. So here was a couple hours ago in the afternoon. Really, again, we weren't producing. This wasn't long ago. So I'm gonna back that up a minute just so we could see. So we've got 65% power. So we used about a power wall's worth last night. So we've got 3 power walls total. We used one last night. We're down a third of our power, that would mean. So we're down to 65%. It's still a good amount of power. We've got a sunny day tomorrow. So I do still feel good about the prospects of, recharging everything and not being under any power restrictions, so to speak. But as you can see, I'm going to play this again a little bit further. At that point, we're using 1 kilowatt, 0.9 kilowatts, not bringing anything in. So maybe running some water, running the well pump, something of that nature. And so here you could see we've got what we've used, what we've taken in. So we used 10.7 kilowatts today so far. That's about half the day's worth. So a little bit more, 2/3 of the day's worth. And you can see throughout the day what we used, where we peaked. 0.4, 0.5, maybe a kilowatt. And again, the kilowatt is when we turn on the well water or something like that, flush the toilets. We're on a septic system, but we've got a lot of several bathrooms and several appliances that need some power. And so we generated 4.7. I'll back that up real quick too, because that's a good thing to note. Let's see. Oh, I missed it. So yeah, here we generated, I don't know, where did I have it here? Yeah, this is back where we used power. And that's all through the Tesla app. So here it is, total used 10.7. We discharged 6.8 from the Powerwall. So you could see kind of what the Powerwall activity was. And the blue there is what was discharging. And then we've got a little bit of what we charged, when we had a chance to charge during whatever sunlight we captured today. And then, and so here's what we generated today. So that was that 4.7. So we generated 4.7. That was the grid. We didn't pull anything from the grid. Obviously, we have no grid tie. We're not tied to the grid at all. And so we never pull anything from the grid, but it's worth taking a look at. So there's where we're at, 65% on our power walls rolling into tonight. After a rainy day, a little bit of a push. So if we used about 10.5, 11 kilowatts, we generated about 5-6 kilowatts. Our capacity is 40. So we're well within our ability to use and produce power, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. So our power check-in today was pretty positive. If we were going to roll into another gray day tomorrow, then we might switch over to the car tonight. The car is our generator. That's what we use for backup power. We plug that right into the solar shed. You'll see one night as I try to keep this going, when I can, around 10 o'clock on the weekends, on the weeknights, or either one. But you'll see the car will be parked there. It'll be dark out, but that's our backup generator. So that's sort of our power check-in for the day, and feel pretty good about that rolling into tomorrow. What we didn't do is we were going to do some baking. The girls were going to do some baking tonight, so we kind of held off on that. I think we would have been fine too, but just to preserve the power, just in case. You never know. The weather app, checking the weather is a whole different story. So the resources we use to check the weather and to kind of plan our days, it's a lot easier in the summer because we just have so much more sun. There's an abundance of sunshine, just no matter how you slice it or dice it, hour to hour, day to day, week to week. In the wintertime, it really starts to diminish. So we become dependent a little bit more on doing our homework and making sure that we have those things lined up. So that aside, that's our power. Oh yeah, and I had made, or how much power did we use today? So now we know we used about 10 kilowatts, and 10 kilowatts of power. 10 kilowatts of power, as you can see what we've used here. So that's about 10 out of 40. So we're looking at 25% of our power. So we used about a quarter of our system today. But we're not running any heat. We're not really using any high octane appliances, so to speak, either. And so we used not a lot of power today. We produced less than that. So that's sort of how that works. So then we could switch into, I saw this. This just made me happy, and I thought this was worth really exploring. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's see here. How do we? And how do I get me on there? There we go. And I came across this. I do a lot of work in the cancer community here in the Northeast in New England, and I volunteer a lot of time. And when creative people, artists lend their time to be not only positive inspiration for people going through challenging situations, but when they also lend their time to be inspired by and reflect the goodness and compassion of the caregiving community, the nurses, the doctors, the technicians, anybody that really is involved in providing just the highest level of incredible care that so many people get every day. It makes me happy. So I wanted to play this. Let's see if this works. Let's see if I can even pull this off.
How you guys doing?
Great.
Awesome. Nice to meet you all. I'm Harry.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Nice to meet you. Rachel.
Rachel.
Alec.
Alec.
And Alex.
Too loud.
And Alex. Alex. And
Yeah.
Alex. Where are we right now?
We're in the emergency department at Highlands
go.
Ranch Hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the emergency
So it's
department.
Highlands,
It must
it's
be
California. I
exciting.
think that's
Oh,
California.
yes. Ever changing.
What I would love is if each of you would give me a random word.
Being the nurse manager for the department, recognizing the ED staff as frontline workers. So frontline's
Yes.
going to be my word.
Front line. What about you?
I'm going to go with
And he does a lot of this. I'm not going to stop it too much, but he does. This is like something that's just really so cool. Is that he'll take words that people just come up with on the top, the first word that they can think of, and he uses that to generate his momentum and is the catalyst for his freestyle flow, which I think is really amazing. And in this case, taking the words from people who are, just passionate about making a difference in the world I think is really notable.
It's patients first, because that's kind of one of our key values and things we do, and
I love
want to keep that at the front of our mind, I guess.
Okay. Front line. Patients first.
I'm gonna go with the medical word of cardioversion.
Cardioversion. Yeah. See, now we're getting really challenging. And what is cardioversion?
It's when you fix a heart rhythm, basically, with using electric shock.
Oh, that
Fixing the
sounds
heart
cool.
rhythm with electric shock.
Piggyback off that, CPR.
CPR.
Yep.
That I'm
Interesting.
familiar
That's a
with.
great-
How long do you leave between each compression?
Well, it's a rate of 100 to 120 every minute.
It's hot, 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 staying alive, staying alive.
I can
Oh,
remember
that's
that.
120 BPM.
About
I could remember that.
Beautiful.
I-
That is awesome.
that
Okay,
is
that's
beautiful.
going in the wrap. All right, so we're going front line.
Yep.
Patients first. Cardioversion. That's like when they say clear and then they do the
we
Similar.
clear.
we clear.
we clear.
And then last but not least, CPR to
Defibrillator?
the temple of
Is that what
staying
they call
alive.
that?
I'm ready. Should we try this?
It's a
Yes.
defibrillator.
Okay. Yeah. 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 When I rhyme, I make it seem easy. connecting with the staff that works in the ED emergency department. I'm spitting out my rhymes, exciting to work here cause it's different every time. And kinda like these lyrics when I rap and catch wreck in the ED, you never know what to expect. But y'all are doing work to keep people alive. So I salute y'all for helping human beings survive. See, this the kind of work we need. I'll say it more than one time. Shouts out to the staff cause y'all working on the front line. No doubt, y'all are doing
It's
what
impressive.
is needed. One-to-one
It's impressive
situations
with the
that won't be
setup.
repeated. I can't imagine the stress at times and the nervousness, but hopefully that defines what your purpose is. Yeah, for real, the work y'all doing is amazing. No
I can't imagine at times the stress and the nervousness, but that defines what your purpose is. I mean, thank you, Harry Mack.
matter what goes down, y'all rise to the occasion on the front line of health, the front line of humanity, helping people ground themselves when they feel panicky, helping people heal through situations that's real. When I learn about that, yo, that part right there appeals. So I'm about to break it down off the tip of this no challenge. I'm spitting freestyles for Alex and Alec. Yeah, and y'all know when I spit, I win with words. Unlike your names, no other rapper is similar. Yeah, when I rhyme, the flow is never cumbersome. I mean to say that when I'm rapping, I am one of one. I blow your mind with this amazing verse. We here at UC Health where they put patients first.
It's amazing because it really humanizes, I think, sometimes a process that feels so overwhelming, and sometimes not necessarily realizing that the people who are there helping you selflessly are also, you know, part of the fabric just of goodness and humanity that we all coexist in. It's just so great because this puts a spotlight on it. So I'm so appreciative for this.
Shit, when I rap, y'all know that every word's true. See, I was taught that patience is a virtue, but y'all flip it, your virtue is towards your patience. And that part right there is what leaves me in amazement. Now check out the way I'm engaging when I do what I do. When I play with the words, I make people say, woo, H-Mac, I'm next level, y'all, I get the reaction. Never slacking, cause Mac really spitting with passion. And y'all know I'm the certified rhyme ripper. My lyrics slide, something like Ugg slippers. And yo, I'm next level with these words, and I keep the track on something like that. I'm about to break it down at the top of this. I'm live in person, boost your heartbeat like cardio version. Yeah, H-Mac, man, I wreck a lot. In fact, I'm gonna hit this track with that electric shock. Hip-hop is dying, now we feel fear. Harry Mack is here, 10,000 volts, clear. I shock it back to life and control this. She's laughing because she's like, yo, that's way too much voltage.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, it's amazing because it's a joyful celebration of a challenging environment where people are really compassionate, and there's so much knowledge that's also to be kind of shared and exchanged between everybody involved. And this language that he speaks, which is just a wonderful, artful, creative language, kind of is a thread that helps connect all of these very human experiences. So whether your experience is from the patient perspective in the hospital, whether your experience is from a caregiver or somebody who's working a professional, at the hospital, whether your experience is somehow materializing or matriculating through those hallways, the way that this kind of connects through with Ugg slippers and frontline workers and just real strong but nuanced but strong, joyful language, I think is really important. Just makes me happy. I'm just saying this makes me happy. I don't know. I think this is good.
Y'all know my flow's explosive when I spit it. A lot of rappers in the game, they don't even get it. Yeah, I told you, other rappers is worse than jogging, running, different cardio versions. Yeah, I break it down and flip the word nonstop. I keep on climbing, elevate until I be on top. Yeah, I come through with the sweetest bars. Bring the game back to life like CPR. Check the way that I do it. Y'all know I bring the tightness. CPR, my creative poetry's righteous. Yeah, people lose their mind when I rap for them.
CPR, my creative poetry's righteous? Oh, my goodness. The world's gonna be okay.
If I'm grabbing any letters, then respelling the acronym. Staying alive. I get hype and stage dive. We keep the game alive with the lyrics I provide. Y'all know when I'm over these tracks, I'm about to slide. But honestly, if that was hip hop, she would have died. Cause the tempo of that beat is only 85. We gotta hit somewhere between 100, 120. Yo, when it come to lyrics, Mac.
Where else in a freestyle, lyrical, hip hop firework explosion do you learn that the beat per minute you got to hit in CPR isn't 80, it's 120 to 125? Here. That's where.
Got him a plenty, and y'all know that I came through to smash this, killing the beat with the task is. Y'all know I never been average, hanging out just like your glasses. Y'all know the way that I do this. I'm off at the top with the fluid, the truth. You know I pursue this. I meditate like a Buddhist. I'm Confucius. I'm the deepest. Better peep this when I'm on it. All these bars that I drop off the top, they stay honest. Shouts to y'all working hard up in the ED and learning about the work that y'all do. It pleases me and makes me feel hope for the future of humanity. So thanks for throwing words for the freestyle insanity.
Man, that is amazing. Shout out all the outs to Harry Mack, H Mac, Harry Mack TV. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for putting a spotlight on frontline workers, on hospital workers, on the compassionate, sensitive, thoughtful people that treat everybody that comes through that door like they would treat their own family. And I think that this was an incredible celebration and real joyful union of bringing together art and creativity and healing. So Harry Mack, my friend, shout out to you. Hats off to you. That made me happy. So then that's it. That was pretty much it. Oh, I did... we could talk about stuff another day. I'm going to end with some food for thought. I don't have a lot of food for thought today. I will say, usually my food for thought today does revolve around food. And my food for thought today is going to be, if I can get it. How do I get it? How do I get my food for thought up? Oh, do I have to remove that? My food for thought today is poutine. Just in case anybody was curious. Just in case anybody in the world needed to see delicious French fried potatoes with gravy and cheese curd. This is what I was jonesing for today. I love poutine. I don't know why I can only get poutine in Canada. I'm sure there's somewhere to get it around here. It's just not as good. I lived up here my whole life. Every time I go to Canada, I can't get enough of this. So from a cultural perspective, from something that makes me happy to a food that just brings me joy, fills my belly. Thank you, Canada, for inventing poutine. Merci beaucoup, Québécois. That's it. Hope you all have enough power for your day, inside and out. Try to catch you tomorrow.